everybody. Oh my golly, Jay Slater case today, and I think we have cracked something. Finally, some answers, I think. Well, I gathered a lot of info. I got a lot of info to share, and we're going to talk about Saul, Jay Slater's best mate, that was at the funeral dancing with Debbie, right? We're going to be talking about everything about a watch. So I've got to explain something to you. It dawned on me after what Saul said as to what probably really happened. It's just another hypothetical, but I'll save the theory towards the end. I have a lot to show you. I won't be on screen much because there's so much for you to hear and see and all that. It says it went live. Am I live? It says I was live. Somebody's like, when does it start? I'm like, I thought we were here. Hey, Fearless Britannia, Ocean Deep, Zoe, Rage Not That Rage, Claire Davis, and everybody, welcome to 1111 True Crime. I'm Mama D, and again, like I said, we're doing the Jay Slater case today. In this, Saul is one of Jay's besties, his mate, close mate in real life. And Saul went on a live that Rocky was hosting. And I've got that recording. You probably heard it. I mean, spoiler alert, he accuses Ayub and Rocky of stealing the watch, having a fight at the club, and then quote unquote grabbing Jay and taking Jay to the Airbnb. And then he goes on and he's talking. He's like, yeah, fact. So the question is this really Saul? Everything about it seemed 1000% legit. To be honest, it doesn't look like a hoax at all, but I'm not the one verifying nothing. So take it with your own discernment. All right. That being said, the response from Rocky was astounding because he was literally gobsmacked. Like he was like, yeah. And he was agreeing with him. He never denied. He was trying to figure out if it was the real Saul, and when it sounded like he was figuring out it was the real Saul, he was like, you know? So anyway, when we listened from the very get-go, we listened to Debbie talk about a watch. We've listened to Ayub talk about a watch a couple times. And watch when I show you Ayub talk about a watch. So, I have something to tell you. There was this guy at work, and every time he came in to tell us he needed a day off, and it was legit, he just said he needed a day off, and he was matter of fact. But every time he was lying about why he needed the day off, he would wipe his mouth as if he'd getting the sweat off that upper lip because he's lying. It's a nervous maneuver. It's also blocking your mouth not to say the wrong thing, and it's a spoken body language. And if you listen to the body language experts and somebody says, well, whose car? That's a guilty kind of knowledge, right? I better not say more. I take the words down. I better defend myself in some way, so I'm going to cover. But that's here and there. All right. I just want you to pay attention because that's something Ayub does only once in all his lives that I know of, other than the second time I believe he does it, but I haven't checked. I think he does that about the blanket, right? Because I remember bringing up how he covers his mouth after he's like, that's his blanket, right? And he's like, oh. All right. We're also going to be listening what Saul said. We're going to be looking at who Saul is. And then comes the big boom, 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 all in a row. Because it should, in theory, all connect right into what happened to Jay. So, first of all, let's establish this. Why would a watch even be some of interest? Well, because we know that Ayub, Quack Quack, is friends with people that deal in watches that don't come in boxes. Now, I've also gathered these other witnesses that came forward from different channels. I've grabbed little pieces over time. They've been a while. I think World Entertainment News just put out another witness talking about a drunk guy that had a watch, da-da-da. Before we get into all this, I need to remind you so that you're aware, there's not in question that a stolen watch got reported because the police went to Papagayo's where a fight had broke out and collected the CCTV footage about a stolen watch. That is in the press. That is not something, that's a well-known fact. So these people are not, like Saul saying, you and Rocky stole a watch, then got into a fight at the club. I'm not jumping out on the fake cliff with Lucky there, right, to take a leap, to think they're probably talking, that Saul's referring to Papagayo's or a club, right? The last club Jay was at, where the fight broke out. Then he says, and this is the key, he says grabbed Jay and took him up to the Airbnb. And that distinctly reminded me of hearing in the very beginning, my key word that triggered me all the time is when I'd hear the reports, even media say that Jay Slater was grabbed by two guys, put in a vehicle, and that he went up to the Airbnb. Then we found out it was Ayub and maybe Rocky. And it kind of, the grab part disappeared when we seen him. But then when it comes back to Saul, it's a grab. So here's the deal, right? We know how county line works. This is what Ayub's and Quack Quack's history, one and the same, history is county lines. That's why he went to prison. So if he flooded Wales, blah, 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 he was surrounded by, we know, children. Why? We all know why. So they take the fall for the crime that, if any shit goes down. So was Jay the insurance? I said I was going to save this theory for the end, didn't I? Okay, we'll come back. We'll come back. I am passionate and I'm like, oh my golly. Hi, Jane. Hi, Tanya, Jodine, Phil Heslop. Phil, we're going to be working on your house on Monday night, not Sunday night, in TC Radio, because I've got a big weekend. So for all my beautiful starlights, it will be Monday night, not Sunday night. I'm just reworking our schedule a little, all right? I've got a lot going on right now. Okay, let's get into this. Let's start up with PowerPoint. I want to say thank you humbly to my beautiful mods, because you do not know how incredible it is to have that kind of dedication and loyalty, and then be humanly kind to every single person. Even the snarky ones, my family, my mods, are ladies and gentlemen. And I'm just so grateful for the integrity, and how you represent our channel is amazing. So, PowerPoint. Saul said it all. I've been singing this for 2 days. I did a lot of work. So like I said, I'm going to be disappearing behind the screen, even though I look charming today, darling. Because I want you to see everything. Hi, Katrina. Hi, Ben. Hi, Mariah, Mark, Mullen. Hi, everybody. Andy, Aura. Whoo, Lizzie. Okay, here Mama D's going, if I can get the button. This is going to be a long live. I will pop up to, as I call it, top side. Quartster! Thank you, lovely. Thank you, darling, for the $2 snippet chat. Appreciate it very much. Somebody told me not to sing. Yeah, they were in the comments. I know I don't sing well, do I? They're like, please stop singing. I don't blame them. Okay, it's time. We're going to get on this. Claire Lindstead, 12 months. I look fresh. I'm excited. It's a good weekend. My son is moving out, and I'm going to be helping him get established. And there was like no warning. It's just like one day he popped awake, and 5 days later we're moving his stuff. He found a beautiful apartment with a deck and everything. I'm totally pumped, and it's going to change my life. So the channel might be bumpy a little bit with me doing odd hours for the next week or two, but we muddle through, right? Okay, enough about me. Let's get into you. All right, darling, let's get Saul set it all. Now, we do have a poll going. Before I forget, I want to read it. Make sure and get your votes in. We have almost 200 people here. Come on, you guys, get the votes in. 91 votes is all we got. Really? Come on, let's see it click up. Do you believe Jay's best mate, Saul, that Ayub and Rocky stole a watch, bought at a club, and grabbed Jay? Now, there's only ABC if you're playing at home, and I'll read the answers first, and then I'll read the results. So, do you believe Jay's best mate, Saul, that Ayub and Rocky stole a watch, bought at a club, and grabbed Jay? A. The answer, if you choose A, is yes, he would have inside knowledge. If you chose B, no proof it was him on the live. Fair enough, right? And C, not sure, but I'm curious if it's true. So the number third, the last in line, is no proof it was him on the live. I'll tell you now, he was challenged on his identity, and he came back strong with "look me up." Yeah, he even gave a little, like Daily Mail reference, and oh yeah, it looks solid. So I get that that's at 2%. All right, we're at 96 votes. We need 4 more, and we will have 100, which will be a perfect score for a poll. All right, C is the second answer to the top. So coming in second place is C, not sure, but I'm curious if it's true, at 29%. So no proof it was him. On the live was only 2, and then we jump big time to 29% with answer C, not sure, but curious. All right. The number 1 answer by a landslide gets the goat, so brace yourself. It's a loud, very loud goat. 69% of you said yes, he would have inside knowledge. Wow. That's quite impressive. Okay, 70% of you, and we're at 102 votes, so there you go. Wow. Hopefully I'll remember to close the poll and give you the final results. I'm not always that good at that. So let's get into this. Some of this you're going to be like, yep, saw it. Well, a lot of it. But I want you to take it all in because I've added it all up. I'm taking these different pieces of information provided by Jay's mom, provided by Ayub himself, provided by anonymous witnesses, provided by Saul, and the big boom, boom, boom follows all that, okay? All right, here we go. Let me make sure you can hear.
The mentioned was another snap thing which Jay apparently sent to Lucy, which was...
This is the Sun exclusive, doing an interview with Debbie Jay's mom, and he's asking her about the watch.
A snap saying that he'd stolen a 12 grand watch.
There were apparently 2 pictures of Jay. One, when you look at it, well, when I look at it as his mother, it was like, was he even conscious? He's got a pair of, it's dark, he's got a pair of sunglasses on. There's a caption across his mouth saying stolen an AP watch. I don't know where that came from. There's a picture of a still of Jay with this caption about an AP watch that's, you can see his arms up, you can't see his hand, you can see his arm. You see a little bit of his hand. There's no watch on his wrist, by the way. And then there's another, I don't know how many seconds it is, of not Jay, but a guy driving a car with another caption, stolen a Rolex watch. And then apparently this was posted into a chat back in the UK, and they were all like, what the hell's, you know, what's this that Jay's just put in our group chat randomly from Tenerife? There were no other conversation, just this quick few second snap. So
What do you
I've no.
All right. I had a delivery in, so the dogs started barking. I'm coming up to topside real quick. Are you kidding me? Think about it. So, the county line mode of operation is to make sure you have a fall guy at all times. And that's what the youngins are, is the fall guy. So, if Saul is right, if Ayub and Rocky stole a watch, that could be the whole, you know, we can't stay here and wait on the girl after work, Ayub said, because Rocky was like, we're gotta go. We gotta go now. And when Rocky says go, we go. Time on the clock. He's tired, right? All right, fill me out. So Ayub and Rocky are the one, let's say, that took the actual watch. Jay is absolutely out of his face. We see him, he is jawing it, right? He also tested to all kinds of rugs in his system. So it's not a question that Jay was not coherent, or as others like to say, compos mentis. So at that point, he's an easy grab, isn't he, for the fall guy? And then you take him with you in case them people that you stole the watch from come looking. On the way to the place, you then grab the non-compos mentis guy and you put his little shades on. Remember, his eyes don't look open and he ain't looking like himself. And you take a picture with his phone and you make damn sure that you implicate him in it in case somebody, open the door, we want it back, we want it up and back, happens. Right? You got your CACYA. And that is what Jay was to Ayub and Rocky, in my full opinion, after seeing it from Saul's perspective of what he shared. Yeah. You took it. Fact A. Yeah. Right? And Rocky, oh, yeah. Okay? So, there is a at the door, but it ain't nobody saying, hey, move your car, is it? Because Ophelia doesn't have an adult son. No, she's bringing 2 adult males to the door, right? Why would 3 adults come to the door unless you're showing them where to find the people they're looking for? Right here at this door. Here. Yeah, you've got guests. And Jay pooping himself at the sound of a buzzer? Well, now you got proof on him that he stole the watch. Now, it'd be great if you had the watch, but unfortunately, I think the watch got stolen on Saturday night. I think Ayub went to sell the watch, and Jay was along for the walk. Because he was the insurance that if somehow this shit went dirty and went down south, there's the fall guy, the patsy, the one to literally be the fall guy. Isn't it interesting how everybody that's an accident pro wants to make it sound like Jay fell off a cliff, like he's the fall guy, but yet that body is 20 meters from the edge, which is logistically impossible unless Jay was alive to move after the fall. Let's get into this. It gets deep. I told you today is going to be very rough, and we've got boom after boom after boom. So you've heard Debbie. Now, watch our little boy here, quack, quack, wipe his little mouth. Because he damn sure knows right here, he's caught. So he's on defense. Watch him do a flip from the normal cool little quack quack. Oh no, he sounds like he's being interrogated. What watch? Not once, but every time he's asked about the watch, watch him, because I've got. Oh my golly. If this is about the stolen watch and Ayub took Jay up to the mountains, is that why the hills have eyes? Because it's all about a watch? Okay. Watch, 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 indeed.
Of course I went straight to bed when I got home. Obviously I'll give him fags and that. You took a charger from Rocky, Saul and that, whatever.
See how relaxed he is?
Then boom, I went to bed 100%. Bro, I don't know whose watch went missing. You know, furthermore,
Here we go.
what watch is it?
Woo!
Question for you guys, because you're all
Do you see
talking
them
about this
eyes?
watch.
He gets nervous and animated. Let's back it up and really look at this.
What watch is it?
Ooh, the mouth swipe. Let's do it one more time.
What watch is it?
Oh, how about 3 times in case
When
Luggy's watching?
You know, furthermore, what watch is it?
Ooh, wait a minute. Here you go, Crispy. This one's for you.
You know, furthermore, what watch is it?
Oh, here, Rachel. Yeah.
You know, furthermore, what watch is it? Question for you guys, because you're all talking about this watch.
You can feel it.
What color is it? What type is it? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you tell me. Just start answering questions.
Oh, and then instantly he had to have Rocky. They got to asking about questions. Listen to what he says to Rocky.
What is it? Question for you guys, because you're all talking about this watch. What color is it? What type is it? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you tell me. Just start answering questions. I drove back to the AirBnB.
Start
I
answering
would.
questions. See, he's trying to get the heat off. That's the goal there. That's the absolute goal. That's why they switch off and have Rocky do lives or him. Because, like, that was a hot moment. Like, what watch is it? What's it look like? What color is it, right? So now, instantly, Rocky's on the live, and he's like, start answering questions. Yeah, they got me on a live here. Oh, all of a sudden, he's not like, I don't know, bro. I don't know why you did that, blah, blah, blah. It's mad, it's mad. Oh, no, we ain't got the little fun Ayub that likes to talk about rockets, nay. He ain't lip singing. He's, what watch is it? What color is it? What watch? Yeah. Okay. True train coming through. That's right, Mark. He's got a stutter. Well, what watch is it? Seeking justice before that mouth, he looks left, duping delight, neck back, nose sniff, and a tongue poke, cheek all before the mouth watch. Every time he lies, both eyes go up. Thank you, Seeking. Hey, Viv. Try and deflect the questions with more questions. What watch? What color? What type? Does it matter? Did you steal a watch or not? Right, Andrea. Answering questions with questions. They are liars, Martini Lady. Use Rocky as a diversion, right? Get in here. Get the heat off me. All right. Let's see how he handles it. Now he's had months and months after that moment. And he's on the Central, right? The Central Club. And this is when it comes into the watch part. Like I said, I've been digging for days to get all this together for you. Here we go. Let me get that one going.
Sorry.
Watch his body
just
language
maybe you could clear this
again.
up. What was the talk of the watch? The watch, because there was a snap.
You know what? Everyone says all of this watch and whatnot.
He can't even say watch without stuttering, y'all. Let's back it up.
You know what? Everyone says all of this watch and whatnot. Yeah.
What?
Says all of this watch and whatnot. Yeah.
What?
Right. Me personally, I didn't see him with no watch. You know what I'm saying? And on that actual.
See, hold on. Ayub tells you through this entire central interview all about how he didn't see a watch on Jay. Yeah, you wouldn't if you stole one, right? He didn't see a watch on Jay. He didn't think Jay had a watch, but he never, ever denies that a watch got stolen that night. He never says no watch got stolen that I know of. Nope. Ayub sticks to the truth and lies through omission, leaving out anything that would tell the truth that incriminates him. So, for instance, if you went out and got your mail out of a mailbox, but you didn't walk on the sidewalk, right? And then somebody was like, I saw you on the getting your mail the other day. You'd be like, well, yeah, but I wasn't on the sidewalk. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make no sense. It redirects your mind into a confusion because it's redirecting it to taking it away from the question is, what's this business about a stolen watch? So that leaves it open for interpretation of how you would like to answer as Ayub. Ayub's choosing to make Jay the person that allegedly stole the watch. And that's why I personally chose that path to walk a theory through to see if Jay could have stole the watch. But then after Saul talked, I'm like, oh my God, county lines surround their kids all around them so that they take the fall. That's the coward of the county lines, right? Grab the little kids and make them be the ones that are the fall guy. And just so happens, Ayub takes a 19-year-old with him that's incapacitated, in my humble opinion, not fit or deemed to make his own decisions. And then I believe he handed over Jay in his demise condition to the people that wanted the money for the watch that Ayub had sold on Saturday to probably paper. You feel me? And now we got a big effing problem. Okay. Let's continue about the watch.
Trip, bro, yeah? There's like bare Romanian guys, African guys selling fake watches, trying to offer you a fake watch, trying to sell you a fake watch, or that like you randomly see two lads coming out of the beach all bloodied up because bare guys jumped them for, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it happens over there, but mate, he didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't see no watch on him per se, you know what I'm saying? Or
per se. That's when you're half-truthing it. That's half-truthing. Per se. Yep. Why did he feel the need to add per se? I didn't see Jay with the watch per se. So, what's the other part? Because per se means very specifically that part of the story is true, but that particular angle, not exactly that angle. So maybe he didn't see Jay with the watch. Maybe he knew that Jay saw him with the watch. Maybe the watch got put in Jay's bag while Jay was sleeping with his blankie all tucked in compos mentis. And there was a knock at the door. And they showed Jay's phone to the dude, saying he's the one that took the watch. Hey, why don't you check his bag and see if your watch is there? This ain't my problem. As soon as you get him and go out that door closes, I'm out of it. Coward of the county line.
He didn't dangle no watching that. So I don't know if he's like gassing to someone or whatever, but there were guys that offering people watches and that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
It's interesting.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean, bro? Like, so you got to remember, because all these people say that. So, like, who's the complaining then? Who's lost their watch? Where is this person? Or, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on. Where is this person? Obviously, this person doesn't make serious police reports. They grab the victim and possibly like say, I want my money. Not a police report. I want my money. Hence a GoFundMe. Right? Your boy owes me a lot of money. When the real person that theft it could have been Ab, could have been Rocky. Why would Lucy lie? Well, Lucy, hypothetically, in my opinion, works directly for Potter Paper. In my humble opinion. If any of this scenario is remotely true, it would mean that that is why she would make up a story. Because the stolen watch would have went from quack quack to PP. And then the bad guy came and got Jay, 2 of them. And Jay paid the price for this very expensive stolen watch. And that would also mean Ayub had Jay's phone. So was Brad and Jay both grabbed and taken to the Airbnb? And after Jay was taken, Ayub told Brad, you get your ass out there and you make it look like you're Jay so that it looks like some kid walked away from here. Remember, Ayub did say he would be sitting in prison until he could prove his innocence if it weren't for Jay's friends, and left Ophelia completely out of the picture because she ain't real. And Brad's a hero. You know why? Because he kept Ayub out of prison. That's why. Because he took the picture. Because he ditched Jay's phone. In my humble opinion.
Because someone would have been like, oh, at that time, I lost this type of watch, and that's the same type of watch. And I'm not talking just the name by name, color, serial. You know what I'm saying, bro? There's a lot of things that go to. So, I mean, people.
Right? Just saying, his body language.
People just like, do you know what I mean? Maybe he's boasting to one of his brethren and that, or because his mum, I read an interview where his mum was on, like, said, oh, he posted that in a group chat or something, and then everyone was like, what you on about? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So on like the fun interviews that she's done and that.
Okay. So when you finally come to the realization he was missing, what, you know...
Okay. I told you, today is going to be a double feature live because we are going through this. I'm not going to stop until we have completely covered the watch. And I'm about to take you down some really dark paths. And I think this is what Mark William Thomas uncovered. And it makes complete sense. And it actually will be interesting to see. So first up, after the whole Ayub and the watch thing that obviously brings a lot of questions as to why he can't face the watch question, right? That's a lot of whatever. Here we go. Let's get on to this. All right, so this is from World Entertainment News. They just recently released this. And this is about anonymous witness that speaks out, okay? And I recorded a short part. Listen to this.
The next thing we are going to look at is a voice recording where someone talks about the stolen watch and Lucy's apartment getting searched.
That was that a watch was taken from someone who was heavily drunk.
Okay, Lucy's apartment did get searched. But I don't know if it was for a watch or not. I just know for a fact that Lucy's apartment was absolutely searched and they were looking for Jay. That's a fact. Why they were there and when they were there exactly, I'm not 100%. It was between the second and third week of Jay going missing, so it was quite a while from my understanding, to the best of my knowledge. So that part of the statement that Lucy's apartment got searched is true. And it leads some credence. You know, this guy may be truthful. Listen up.
Watch and Lucy's apartment getting searched.
That was that a watch was taken from someone who was heavily drunk, who was taken advantage of, and I think that after, by the sounds of it, he's got himself a little bit scared when he's worked out that that person wasn't just a nobody out there.
Right, yeah.
Okay, but can I ask, have you ever had a Rolex watch or an AP?
Yeah, it wasn't a Rolex, just to clarify that. That was that.
So in the first part of the recording, this person talks about a watch being taken off someone who was extremely drunk, and apparently this person was someone who was important and wasn't just a nobody. Also, this person says that the watch wasn't a Rolex. So after hearing Jay's friend Saul say to Rocky that he knows for a fact that Ayub and Rocky took a watch off someone and that they told Jay to come to the AirBnB, it makes me think about why a watch would have been stolen in the first place. Remember, Saul is one of Jay's close friends and was in Tenerife.
All right, I'll show you. Let's talk about Saul a little bit. Here's Wax. He's got Saul. In case you don't know who Saul is, because, you know, there's a lot of people in this case. Saul is actually Jay's best mate, one of his best mates. You can see him here at the funeral, hugging Debbie, dancing at the rave. And here's a little bit from Wax Unfiltered. Hats off, Wax.
So this person you can see on the screen dancing with Jay Slater's mum goes by the name of Saul Wilkin. Now this would have been the Jay Slater friends who dived into Rocky's live a few days ago, saying whatever he said, and we are going to listen to that part of the live. But it's extremely interesting how Jay Slater's friends, a real friend, a genuine friend, came across the way he did in Rocky's live when this is all meant to be an accident. This is all meant to be a tragic accident, but here we have Saul Wilkins, one of Jay Slater's genuine friends, dived into Rocky's live with a level of energy that made me feel like this guy doesn't believe a word any of these pricks are saying. Oh wow, we're going to get to the audio. It's Saul and Jay go way back. And
so right here I'm pausing so that you can see this is, you know, Saul himself, and you can look down here. There's a picture of him and Jay together and some friends, as well as the his icon. And that's Saul, okay?
even this year, Saul has posted pictures of Jay in memory of his boy on his Instagram. That right there is a clear indicator that Saul Wilkin is a true friend of Jay Slater's, a real friend, a genuine friend. And therefore, I'm not surprised as to why he jumps into that live the other night and let them know how he felt. Haven't seen nothing from Brad, nothing from Lucy, nothing from Brandon. All three of them who knew what happened to Jay, truly knew what happened to Jay, have all been hiding ever since. But Saul, his real, true friend, come out of the woodwork and let his voice be heard. Let's check this out.
They don't care. Honestly.
Yo, we saying Saul.
Okay, yo, I'm a mate of Jay Slater. Yo.
Oh, that's happening, G. Good.
I'm a close mate of Jay Slater. You know what happened on that night? You know the fight happened in the nightclubs tonight, and the watch got taken by you and Ayub, innit?
Oh, wow. So he said right there, the fight that happened in the nightclub and the watch got taken by you and Ayub, innit? That's what he said. The fight in the nightclub and the watch got taken by you and Ayub.
You are?
You are?
A watch got took by you and Ayub.
Bro, what are you talking about now?
Yeah. And you told Jay to come to the Airbnb with you, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, bro, you're going like.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Nah, I know that's a fact. I know it for a fact.
He knows it for a fact. I wonder who told him that. Has to be someone in his circle. Has to be someone close.
Yep. Saul says he knows it for a fact. He knows it's about a fight. He knows it's about a watch. I've been going on this case for a long time. I'd like to look back at my videos and see when I brought this all up. But we don't have time because look at this. Remember, Ayub knew them from Creamfields, right? I think that's the scam. Now listen to this. We're going to get this really big. And this happens to be PP. You can see Ayub there on the floor right here. Do you see him? That's a baker boy. But they're going to be talking right here. I want you to listen close to the conversation. And it happens to all be a big watch conversation. Let me see where I got that. I'm missing something. Hold on. We need another piece. I'm missing something. Let me see this one. All right. Hold the phone. Pause the phone for a minute. I've got to go get this, because this is a very important piece to this, and I want to play it real quick before we get into this other part. Like I said, I thought I had all my ducks in a row. It's going to take me just a second, but I know what I'm looking for. All right, kind of. Let me see this. You might hear different things play. Got it on the first try. Boom. Okay. Before we start this one in the background, I want you to watch this. Okay? Watch this one first. So this is Potter Paper Custom Jewelry Trunk. The Secret Garden was his weed shop in Tenerife that the police shut down because it was illegal. And we're going to hear a lot about how illegal it allegedly was and how Lucy and Potter teamed up to scam a Jamaican out of it through topical juice. But hey, let's see if Ayub, who is very good mates with Potter, right? Let's see if why there would be a watch stolen. And I'm not saying any of these watches are stolen. I'm just saying none of the ones I saw had boxes, in my opinion.
Pussios. What's happening, people? We're backstage at the Potter Paper Filthy Free Tour. We've got a special gift to give him. We've got a custom-made jewelry box. Stay tuned for his reaction.
Custom-made jewelry box for all his fine-ass watches.
What's happening?
He's in the dressing room, isn't it?
Where I go at? What way, man? You good? We doing this now? You want to relax?
Oh, that's my one, yeah?
Do you want to relax for a bit?
I've got to go and do some meet and greet, so let's do this now.
Just come a bit closer, Char. What are you doing? Pattern up, man, pattern up.
What's he doing?
Do you know what I mean? You're going to love this, you know, right?
Hey, Pinky Pop.
So
Good
we
to
got
see you.
bangles, rings, kettles, the smoke section. Got the £50 note, and we got the statement piece.
Now he's
Like
got
it?
another case
It's hard,
that
innit?
he shows, and it's all watches. Let me see if I can find that one.
Charlie painted all that as all hand painted. A lot of time and effort went into that, Mush.
Thank you guys, enjoy the show.
So you just received a new custom jewelry box. What's your views on it, my bro? Do you like it? What do you think?
I'm overwhelmed by the sheer beauty of it all, to be honest. It's lovely, handcrafted, heartfelt, heartwarming.
Everything in there, bangles, kettles, chains, bit of cigarette.
Well, I like how you made it that extra big for extra space so that I got to fucking buy a load more shit.
Got to fill it up now, Mush.
All right, so you get it. Now let's switch. I can't find the one where it's a whole jewelry thing for watches, but let me tell you, I can sit here all day and show you that he literally, PP deals in watches. He deals in them. Here you go.
Towards them, innit? And this is one of the ones I'm working towards, is the Bubba Watson.
Yeah, the Bubba Watson's cold. What else is on the list, bro? If you're up for sharing it, bro. You got the Bubba Watson, that's a cold watch.
We've got the Bubba Watson.
What else you liking?
Just happened to be alive, you know, a few months before the AP gets stolen.
Oh,
stainless.
Like the open worked one.
Yeah, stainless, please, bro. Stainless is the only way to go with this.
Yeah, I see the skeleton is like that one where you see a few of the real big hitters wearing this one. Is this the double back?
Who is he? The guy with the beard in this video? The little guy?
He got one of these recently, bro.
That's the host of the show.
Yeah, man. Even one of my friends got one of these.
That's Trap Love Clips. Next to him is Potter, and behind Potter is Ayub.
Is that his name?
Yeah, that's what we call it.
Yeah, bro, that's crazy.
Okay, let's back it up because I talked over important parts.
One of the ones I'm working towards is the Bubba Watson.
Yeah, the Bubba Watson's cold. What else is on the list, bro? If you're up for sharing it, bro. You got the Bubba Watson, that's a cold watch.
We've got the Bubba Watson.
What else you liking?
The next one that I want is the classic AP skeleton.
Oh,
stainless.
Like the open worked one.
Yeah, stainless, please, bro. Stainless is the only way to go with this.
Yeah, I see the skeleton is like that one where you see a few of the real big hitters wearing this one. Is this the double balance?
Yeah, yeah, this one. Yeah.
This one's crazy. I think Presser got one of these recently, bro. It's so cold.
Yeah, man. Even one of my friends got one of these, innit?
Ridiculous.
Yeah, the Pink Panther, yeah.
That's crazy.
One of our mates, the Pink Panther, yeah.
Oh, one of our mates just wants one, or just got one of them, and now Potter wants one. So this is February 25th of 2024. It's approximately what? March, April, May, June? 4 months? And then Ayub may have come across that exact AP on some fancy dude that's drunk off his ass, and that's their gig to, you know, 5-finger discount some, you know, nick some jewelry there, and pins it on Jay.
Hey.
Is that his name?
Yeah, that's what we call it.
Yeah, bro, that's crazy. I ain't even gonna ask why that was. So that's all about. You know what I mean?
See, Pink Panther.
The Pink Panther, you know.
Jewel thief.
Inspector Clouseau.
It's all right in your face. This is before there was a crime.
You say he got one or he bought one?
Okay, right there. The host says, "Did you say he got one of those watches, or he bought one?" Because they're talking about jewelry theft, watch theft.
Yeah, he bought one. Yeah, he literally bought one, bro. He came here with it, fucking showing it off, but it was a lovely watch.
Bro,
yeah.
Beautiful. So that's up there. What's on the wish list?
So that's number 2. Then, cool. Now type in Tony Soprano.
Okay. So you get that. You get that, right? Now, let's listen to this witness. Now, I've played this from the very get-go because I've told you I always believed this witness because he wasn't a clout chaser. He did this interview after he got off the plane. He talked about being there and seeing Jay that night when it happened. Listen to this.
People wanting to get involved, get their names in there.
Can you ask him about the Airbnb thing? People are asking in the comments.
No,
like,
stop
is
right
that?
there. He's about to tell us the Airbnb was the day before, and now where are we? Right? We're way months and months, 10 months away from the Airbnb, the beginning of the Jay Slater case, right? 10 months later, and we're all on the same page as this guy. From the very get-go, he said the Airbnb was the day before on Saturday. So, if that watch was stolen and sold on Saturday night, and they headed up to the Airbnb on Sunday morning, that would make a lot more sense in my humble opinion.
True, was he up there? What?
Day before. It was day before because they accessed his phone.
It was the day before he was at the B&B.
The day before. It's all you can't see time and date. It's a Snapchat done. There's nothing to prove it. The day he went missing, he got killed off.
It's the day he went, and the day he was killed.
You can tell.
I'm telling you right now, this dude claimed to have witnessed Jay Slater being stabbed and two guys grabbing him and taking him with them, whisked away. And I'm asking you, could that have been Ayub and Rocky during that fight? Jay's the one that gets stabbed because they think Jay has the watch, right? They grab him, and now they've got their fall guy in case this shit goes south and they're tracked down. That's why Ayub and Rocky, who normally stay in, 5-star hotels, aren't at a 5-star hotel, because shit went south at the fight, and they went up to hide out in Masca because shit went south. And it may not even be Rocky.
Or no, because I said to her, you research, and she texted me probably 11 o'clock as well. It's 11 o'clock English time, 12 o'clock here. Is this the video? I said, yeah. You go on his profile, you ain't getting nothing.
No.
The profile's gone. So,
And what's the movement like on the ground now that the search has been called off?
Mate, it's the Pope. Like, I spoke to Laura live. She had the shouts. She was live.
The same, yeah, when he come off the aeroplane coming home, wasn't it? He ended up in this live. That's how I met him.
Laura texted me saying, "Oh, there's posters been up." She texted me on Wednesday. Oh yeah, the whole situation's fucked up. Like this.
Yeah.
Oh.
This
I'm
guy
in
is,
Main Beach
I've
today.
always said I believe it.
Everyone's on the beach, and I look at these. People are sitting on that beach, man. There's something happened on that beach. Why are people...
Did he get stabbed on the beach, or was it outside the club?
Outside the club. So
Watch the language. Watch the language, Shelley.
It's happened at the club outside, and then he's been taken.
Sorry, guys, I had to do this. Hold on.
No, not even 12 hours, mate. It was literally...
Please cover up.
I left
Hold on.
So,
And what's the movement like on the ground now that the search has been called off?
Nothing's going on. Everyone's on the beach.
There it is.
And I look at these... People are sitting on that beach, man. There's something happened on that beach. Why are people...
Did he get stabbed on the beach, or was it outside the club?
Outside the club. So
Watch the language. Watch the language, Shelley.
It's happened at the club outside, and then he's been taken.
There, y'all. I promise you, in my opinion, it sounds. They said, did it happen outside on the beach? And he says the club. The one guy says the club, and then the witness is saying Paul Piper. I swear, it sounds like Paul Piper.
Nothing's going on. Everyone's on the beach. And I look at these... People are sitting on that beach, man. There's something happened on that beach. Why are people...
Did he get stabbed on the beach, or was it outside the club?
Outside the club. So
Watch the language. Watch the language, Shelley.
It's happened at the club outside, and then he's been taken away on a shoulder of somebody else and whisked off, basically.
Right.
You see, in the video, there's a video I've got. He's in between someone's shoulder, and they're not black, not white, but dirty, dark colour.
A dirty, dark color. Well, I'll tell you right now, Ayub's not white, and I'm not racist, but he's not white, and he's not black. Rocky does not appear to be dark skin, right? Like we had a problem telling if it was Rocky in the front seat or Jay, and Jay's a white boy, because Rocky is light colored, but he's not white colored. 2 multi-race men.
So he's fucked around with the one person. Bottom line of it.
Just to watch. And this is what I get. Everyone's going to be like, yeah, you don't know anything, whatever. I'm not bothered. I know what's what. I've got proof on my phone. I've been banned off 4 platforms. My best mate who's here with me, we've done the same thing together 6 years ago. Muling, selling, doing this, partying, living it up. And our phones are just getting off left, right and centre. I had on my first on her live chat. She's like, why'd you keep cutting off? Because I'm getting constant calls and texts.
Yeah, he was.
What's going on? I know what's going on, man. I know everything.
Okay.
And you'll see it. It'll come out. It's gone.
My assumption was within 12 hours of it all coming out, that he'd already gone.
12 hours, mate. It was on that night.
Less than 12 hours.
No, not even 12 hours, mate. It was literally...
Please cover up.
I left Energy. He's gone.
Please cover up.
Nah.
Any CCTV from the club?
Ask him about the bus stop lady that meant to have saw him in the morning.
That was the day before.
The day before.
It all was the day before,
That
in my opinion.
was in the morning before.
So Lucy's ping all the screenshots of like her the destination and all. See, it didn't make sense anyway. 'Cause you could tell it was Saul.
Oh, the white car thing with the old boys.
The white car, yeah.
Now, hold on, I'm coming up to topside. I could have taken the time at this point to go get those screenshots and showed you where it said 23 hours earlier. That probably makes it the day before. But I thought, why do that, right? Oh, you can't see much right now, so.
Yeah, that was one of my points.
You know what? I'm so tempted right now myself
It's
to
gonna be a
book a
long ride, but
B&B.
it'll be worth it.
And look.
Just to get his vibe.
See what he's like.
Because people have left him fucking, what's this thing called? To travel when you leave a review.
Yeah.
Everyone loves him. He's too good. How's he doing it? But we don't understand it. There's a lot of tunnels, man. There's a lot of tunnels out there.
A lot of tunnels.
The 2 guys. Sorry.
Has the CCTV from the club not been picked up?
It's all been picked up. They've got everything, mate.
They've got everything.
We got everything.
Sorry. Can I ask the 2 guys that the Spanish police are saying aren't relevant? Are they relevant or not? Then or what?
No, they're not, because it's 2 black kids.
Right. Okay.
That's not 2 black kids.
So they've got questioned here and questioned back there. Nothing's happened.
Yeah. So when did he get stabbed then? I thought he got stabbed after the club. How come? How did he
Shelley,
go there?
language, Shelley.
Sorry, I forgot again.
He got down.
It was all done outside.
Tried to take an AP.
It was all done outside the club.
And now the guy literally
Did they take him down to the beach?
No, it all kicked off outside.
Did they take him down the beach?
Someone had him in the shoulder. Like literally, you know, your mate's pissed, you hold him up, your arm over their shoulder.
Yeah.
That's how it was.
Yeah, did they take him down the beach after? Or?
Okay. You get it now. Switching over, this is when Potter's place got broke into. Now, Potter had the weed shop, and then it got broke into, and allegedly one of his watches were stolen, and they took his I don't know, records that he had framed and threw them all over the yard and all this kind of stuff. But before there was a Jay Slater, what happened was, in this robbing, when they broke into Potter's, people didn't know why would somebody break into a weed shop and film it and go live and broadcast the actual break-in of Potter's shop. So then, after they go live and it broadcasts out, Tropical Juice, a YouTube content creator, let me move this out of my way. Like I hide behind it apparently. We'll come back to it. So Tropical Juice is a wonderful content creator, and he covered this break-in on Potter's weed shop, right? Ayub's best buddy. Well, when he did that, it was, I think a couple months later, he said, that he was walking out on the strip or wherever, and because he's in Tenerife, right? These two guys come up and they're like, we want to tell our side of the story. And he was like, whoa, what are you talking about? And they're like, yeah, you're the one that did the story on us breaking into Potter's place. And he was like, what? And they're like, let us tell you why we broke into Potter's place. And he tells us, these two guys tell their side of the story, and Topical shares the story and brings in Lucy's name with Potter paper. Yep. So this Jamaican goes over from Jamaica to Tenerife and starts a legitimate weed business. But I think there's something about having a felony on your list and stuff makes you not be able to necessarily start a business, you know? So I think Potter, in my humble opinion, needed a backdoor way in to be able to get licensed because he has a criminal background. So, according to these two guys that allege that they're the ones that broke into Potter's place, they're telling this YouTube content creator, Tropical Juice, that it was revenge because Potter and a woman named Lucy, a girl, they say girl, a lady, named Lucy, swindled the Jamaican out of the weed business and sent the Jamaican packing with not even enough money to get back to Jamaica. Could that be why it's called the secret place, right? Secret. But what's so weird is we've all been like really outside, bro, because of Ayub. Well, this was, months and months before Jay ever was disappeared. And these people breaking in are screaming out at the camera live on the break-in at Potter's, and I have it. They're saying really outside, because Potter is the one that coins that phrase, really outside. So if it has to do with Potter and his gang, it is really outside. To the best of my knowledge, my humble opinion. Because if you go and follow around all about Potter, he's the one that's really outside, bringing them outside the UK, right? Okay. Let me show you the break-in at Potter's that they put out there live. And remember, it's really outside, dude.
Go get your We really outside. We really outside. Looking for who? Me. Where? Never.
Oh, I guess this is only a little part. And
we
this is
really
from
outside.
Definitely No
We
Bullshit.
really outside. Looking for who? Me. Where?
Okay? Now, I told you we're going all the way, baby. Here is that content creator named Tropical Juice. And check him out. He's an amazing content creator. Here he's going to show this.
Music, of course, I like Potter Paper as a rapper.
Am I shocked that he's potentially muscled his way in? No. These men are career criminals. He says in his music that he's been to jail 11 times. Like, I'm not shocked that a career criminal has done criminal things, you feel me? Like, anyway, let's get into the story. So, I was in Glastonbury, right? I'm used to bumping into subscribers. These men have walked past now. One of them said, "Oh, you're the internet guy. You've made videos on the internet." And I thought, that doesn't sound like a subscriber. That doesn't sound like someone who's like a fan of mine. So I'm kind of instantly like, yeah, what's good? Like, how you doing, man? But in the back of my head, I'm thinking, like, bro, I'm from the ends, bro. So in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, oh, what's this about? You know the ones there, like, you know, your spidey sense are tingling. Like, oh, what's this about? Usually people say, oh, it's tropical or topical or something. You know the ones there are like, oh, I've seen your video. But my man was like, oh, yeah, you're the guy on the internet. So I'm like, yeah, I am. Like, well, we're talking, we're chatting now. There's two brethren, there's two men. I'm with two girls. And then one of the guys he's like, yeah, you actually did a video on something that I know about, and you actually got some information wrong. So I said, rah, all right then. Like, well, go on. He was like, let me just chat to you for a second. Because he said it's like a high profile thing. So I said, yeah, go on. And I've stepped away from the girls. In my mind, I'm thinking, cool, this doesn't sound like someone who's like trying to show man love instantly. So I'm instantly thinking, cool, like why go on? Is he gonna swing? Like, is it one of them ones? You know, man's been boxing for over 10 years. Like, I'm always ready, you feel me? But it wasn't that at all, and that's what I'm saying. I've got to give these men credit because I was buoying it in the video. You feel me? Like, these men are directly involved, and I'm buoying it in the video that I did originally. So they could have easily said, yo, you're that juice guy, or you're that internet guy. Yo, let me chat to you for a sec. This, that. They could have come smoky, but they didn't. They came with respect, and I respect that. We can only do so much on the internet, you feel me? If I see things on the internet, I can only make my own conclusions from the internet. But if I've ever said anything wrong about someone, yeah, bro, message me, clear it up. And they came on some humble, respectful, listen, you actually got some things wrong about this video, etc, etc, etc. So they've actually broken it down for me. Now, just to prove that I was talking to the right people, they've actually sent me the link of the video that they did that I'm putting on the screen right now, and I'll put it in the description below. It's like a little movie that they had explaining, kind of showcasing the situation, right?
Sorry, I got muted. Oops. So there's a part here, I'm going to rewind it, I said, that looks like Rocky. But the man's face is blurred out, just like the Rocky in the car picture. So for those of you, very many of you, that keep saying, that's Rocky, the face is blurred out, y'all. All I could say, if you're asking my opinion, is it looks like Rocky's hair. But I can't say if it's Rocky. Is all I was saying. Okay, back to the movie.
But not only that, let me show you some clips as well that wasn't on the internet before. This was on the internet. This was the clip of them with the plaques and whatnot, etc, etc. But this was also the clip of them outside. You feel me? This one wasn't on the internet when it went viral. So this one is proof or whatever that I'm talking to the right people. This is outside the shop that wasn't on the internet.
Courtster, you just get a gold star. Courtster says Ayub said at first that we don't know what happened on Saturday night. He didn't say Saturday night. He said the night before. The night before. Right? See, it's all right there. See, I think if we go back and watch that clip, Rocky was sharing something. And then Ayub didn't want him to talk about it. Because all of a sudden Ayub's like, they don't know about the night before. The night before. right? I got sound now. You're a little behind, Courtster, but I got it. But thank you for helping me out.
My man's basically broken it down to me now. Like, what's...
Oh, that's right. Said it could have been any Saturday night. That's right, Pinky Pup. He did say that. You just don't know what happened the night before, and it could have been any Saturday night. So, before we get back into this about Lucy, because this is where Lucy's going to play her role in the whole secret cafe, weed cafe with Potter. All right. So, talking about Jay Slater's mom, it's always been a big thing that Jay's mom claimed that she spoke to Jay on Sunday. And she said, well, he was tired. Okay, could that have been that it wasn't exactly Jay talking? Could it have been Brad or one of the other people that probably sound a little bit, know how Jay talks, kept it very, sunburned. And think about it. What if she really talked to Jay on Saturday because he was sunburned? And that was Saturday, the pool party. And she isn't thinking this through because her days and nights are messed up. I mean, she got him the aloe vera, because he was burnt. Well, he was burnt on Saturday. Right? Okay, let's get back into this. This is where this explains why Lucy would lie to cover up if something happened to Jay in every way, including reporting him missing, because if the bad guys that want the watch grabbed him, right, and are extorting them for $30,000, your boy owes me a lot of money, she's gonna report it. But she's got to leave out PP, and she's got to leave out Ayub and pretend not to know any of them. Disconnect. She's just Jay's friend. Okay.
It's happened. Now I'm gonna try.
Oh my God! I just thought of something. Holy shite! Lucy is the one that called Jay. According to the police report, she woke up and Jay was gone. Ayub states that was at 9 o'clock. If Lucy was at the B&B with Jay, where they all went to hide out, and she fell asleep, and during her sleeping time, somebody came and collected the non-complimentous Jay, she wakes up and her story in the police report would match that her friend wasn't in the Airbnb. So she would call him. Jay, where are you? I know, we got people looking for us. They want the watch. They want the money, man, and we don't have the watch. I don't know what to do. She would call him. But he would have already been collected, right? Ophelia bringing the two guys to the door to show him, here's the place you're looking for. Could that have all happened on Sunday morning? Sunday morning, 23 hours earlier. Could be why they're all pinging there. Could be why Brad's little phone card is there. Or not phone card, bank card. See how this all fits together? It basically is that they knew damn well that shit was going all south. So they steal a watch off a drunk guy. That's Ayub and Rocky, in my opinion, just like Saul's saying. They grab the kids because that's their insurance in case they need a fall guy, because you know how Colony Lines thinks. They got to have a bunch of young kids to take all the heat off of the older person. All right, so they steal the watch, they sell it, and now they bring the kids up there to the Airbnb. There's a knock at the door. They found us. Oh, that's the one. Yep, check his phone. It's on there. I don't want to tell you that we put it on there on the way to Masca when he was out, but that was a couple hours ago. But yeah, go ahead. That's his phone. Yep, I think you'll find that he's the one that took the watch. All right, so they grabbed the kid, and they want $30,000 now because they ain't got a watch. Are you effing kidding me? So here's Lucy's
My best
connection.
to break it down. Again, this is all alleged. I don't know what's fact and what's not, but it's only right that I report what's going on. So my man's basically told me now that Pot of Paper has essentially, he wasn't there from the start. He basically came in afterwards, a couple of years later, put his name to the thing, put an investment into the thing, and it's meant to be a joint partnership. Him, I believe someone called Danny, his name got mentioned, and this other brethren, this other guy, the guy who actually founded the thing and started the thing. I believe Pot of Paper's involvement was probably more like, you know, like Fredo, Fred and Kick Game. Fred doesn't own Kick Game, innit? He just invested into it, put his name to it. Obviously, his name and clout helped Kick Game get bigger and bigger. So it's like a nice partnership. I'm probably assuming that the Pot of Paper thing, is beneficial to everyone. It's mutually beneficial. That's what I believe is kind of the play here. This guy that I've met, his brethren, is the person that's actually initially founded and invested in this calf.
I turn things to reality from dreams. I used to get my salary from fiends. And now I'm making money from a stream. I came a long way from doing this for free.
Mm-hmm.
In the comments saying 65 drop real rap. Been sold for surfing, I ain't had a penny. These are real action, I ain't hit the belly. But I'm ready for a million, I ain't had a signing any deal until he dropped me 7 figures. Then I'll pattern up my margin. Study crying all the time.
Hold on a minute, I have something to tell you. I found out that Potter Paper likes PG tips a really lot, including the PG tips. He actually has his signature on several of the boxes and showing them off in his videos that it's PG tips. You feel me? A little tea shack with a lot of empty boxes, right? Just throwing it out there.
So as you saw there, that was little bits of the calf in its earlier stages when it's being like invested in. I believe that's before Potter's involvement, but that was some footage of the calf like before we saw it getting robbed and whatnot. You know, this is ages ago, prior. So it turns out the original founder, my source's friend, founded the calf and invested in the calf in 2021. I think they've come to some sort of agreement, some sort of partnership, and only 2 years later, around October/November time, have they agreed to bring Potter Paper in. So Potter Paper had no involvement in the calf for the first couple of years. Allegedly, this is what my man's telling me. So whatever's happened now behind the scenes, Potter Paper and Danny have low-key just tricked my man out of his position, and they've kind of bullied him out of the calf. My man's telling me that from the first couple of months of Potter Paper being there, the calf made like a $250,000. But they've obviously, as I said, they've tricked my man out of his position. They're not rating his thing. They're trying to like push him out of the scene, and they haven't paid him nothing. They're not paying him. They're trying to replace his staff. They're trying to change his name on the lease and whatnot, and the building and the paperwork and all this shit, all the lawyer stuff. But I'll get into that in a minute. But they're basically trying to muscle him out for whatever reason. My guy's telling me that the calf was turning over like a clean $250,000, 200 bags, whatever, in the first few months of Pot being there, and they've only paid my man like 8 bags. You know what I'm saying? Now my man is running out of peas. He's a good youth apparently. He's not like scared or he's not soft. I'm not trying to say he is, but he's like a good guy, you feel me? And he obviously don't want these problems. But obviously he's frustrated because he's meant to get at least a 33%. If my man's an original founder, he's meant to get a clean 33%, a minimum. Obviously I don't know the splits. It's got to be at least a third, isn't it? Surely at least 33%. But they're paying him, they're lowballing him, paying him like 8 bags or whatever. Now where the problem lies is that because my man invested early, anything to do with like police or paperwork or laws and things like that, it's in my man's name, innit? It's alleged that, and I'm hearing that Potter and this Danny Donny or whatever, these other men who are trying to muscle their way in, have involved this girl called Lucy. I don't know if Lucy's one of their managers or something, but I hear this name Lucy flying around a lot, especially around Tenerife, especially with everything that's been going on in the news. I don't actually know specifically who Lucy is. I don't know her surname. I wouldn't put her surname out there anyway. I don't know, but apparently they tried to use this Lucy girl to kind of like exchange the name on the paperwork without the actual owner being there. And we know that's dodgy, man. We know that's booky. Yeah, if you're going to exchange names, if you're going to exchange property or ownership of something, the person who actually owns it has to be there. But apparently they're really trying trying to trick man out and like get the paperwork swapped over without man actually being there and all these things, right? And it turns out the guy can't even, because the guy ain't been paid, he can't even afford to stay out there no more. So he's had to basically bounce out to Jamaica. And the guy that I'm talking to had to send him peas just to come back to England because their man owe him peas. They owe him like 30 bags, probably 40 bags, something like that. But he ain't got it from Potter. So it's not like this guy has like involved his brethrens in this thing to like rob the store, but naturally because he's talking to his friends, because he's talking to the guy that I'm talking to, because he's talking to certain man, obviously these man, they go way back, so they're not happy about this. Apparently these men actually know Potter Paper personally and all them things. They're probably from the streets, from the roads, whatever. I don't know how they know each other, but apparently they all know each other, you feel me? They're all familiar with each other. So I think after like months and months of this guy basically saying, well, like telling his friends, Wagwan, you know, they've mugged me off, they're trying to push me out, I think they've then gone to the store, innit? They then basically robbed their own friend's store. But I think it's mainly because the friend he ain't even there no more. He don't even own it like that. Now obviously I did say to these man, bro, why did you film it? You feel me? Like, why did you film all this? You get it? Like, this is lacking, but the point is, I think they wanted to show that, bro, Potter, like you can get reached, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm assuming, that I think they're just trying to show that, like, you know, Potter, we're not happy with this. We can touch your stuff, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? That's why they were really going for the plaques and stuff. It's like, yo, don't think that we can't access this thing, innit? We can't access this joint. So
okay, you get it now. So this guy made a comment named James, said, baller did away with a kid over a few hundred debt. Big man. Quack quack answers debt. Laugh out loud. Most I did was borrow him a $5 to get a kebab. What you on about? So Jay didn't have no money. Right? This wasn't about Jay having money. Jay didn't sell a watch. Jay would have had money if he had sold a watch. He didn't have a watch to sell because he didn't steal a watch. Someone stole a watch because there was a fight all about it. The police got involved. CCTV footage. Right at the same time, I pointed out 1,000,000 times at Papagayos, the fight all is the same time that Lucy claims, I got tired and I went home alone, darling. So if Lucy worked for PP and Ayubs is a good mate of PP, it don't make her a credible witness at all, and it could make it all lies, darling, lies. So is Brad the hero? Is Brad the hero because he fed the narrative and made sure that everybody's stories connected back to his? Is he the hero because he took a picture of himself in a blanket and made everybody think it was Jay and solved the problem? And whew, because Ayub says, if it weren't for Jay's friends, I'd be in prison until I could prove I was innocent. Yep. Or would Ayub be at the end of a fake cliff? Whew. I thought we'd end on this note. Brad's auntie allegedly is Sharon, and Sharon Ayub, I'm gonna crawl all the way up your butt and lick there. You're so amazing because I'm Sharon. It's called bad acting. It's called who's paying that bill? Who would be paying all these bills? Well, if you're the one that owns the stolen watch, and it all leads back to you having a stolen watch that connects you directly within, not directly, but indirectly through the person that stole it, and then the kid getting, not only could you get in trouble for all this kind of shenanigan, but it's going to blow your watch deal sky high that you buy these without boxes. That's a lot more trouble than murder. You're going to be in the poke for a lot longer for all this stolen merchandise than you would if you took out one boy. And I ain't saying anybody took anybody out. I'm saying this would have led like a spark on that little fire that, what do you call that? You know, like, I can't think of it. You light it and it's like, shh, and it burns all the way to the TNT, the wick, right? It would have burned the wick. Boom, 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 right back to stolen watches, the underworld, and what they're really involved in. So, my brain's fried, but I told you it would be worth watching. Is Saul right? I think he is. He says he knows it for a fact. He's got inside information, I would bet. Let's get on this. We're going to close the poll down. Yeah, 251 votes. Okay, B is in last place. No proof it was him on the live at 4%. Coming in second place is C, not sure, but I'm curious if it's true. With an astounding 69% of 251 votes, which we had double that here, so I don't know why everybody didn't vote, but do you believe Jay's best mate Saul that Ayub and Rocky stole a watch, fought at the club, and grabbed Jay? 69% said A. Yes, he would have inside knowledge. Indeed. Indeed. That's crazy. Wow, this has been a really, really long live. All right, you guys, so yeah, Sharon is not related. She's just a paid crisis actress. Crisis actress, right? All right, I love you guys so much. I'm tapped out. That's all I got. But I've been on this same theory from damn near day one. I've hit every other theory too. I've covered all bases, but you know I kept coming back to the watch and PP and Ayub, the watch. Pink Panther, right? Go all the way back. We're going to close it with one final thing here. I think we should just close it with this. And I'm gonna leave his face up. I know you're sick of looking at him. But let's get in this. This is how we're going to end it today. No music.
Took a charger from Rocky's cell and out, whatever. And then, boom, I went to bed 100%. Bro, I don't know whose watch went missing. You know, furthermore, what watch is it?
You ever seen eyes look like that before on Ayub? What watch is it? Ayub, if you're listening, law enforcement, open up. We're looking for a stolen watch that's connected to the death of a 19-year-old boy. I'm just guessing that that's what you're going to look like when that happens. I'm just going to sit here silently on mute, and you guys can find yourself to the door. I'll let you keep that in mind. Wipe at the mouth. Look how big them eyes got when we talked about a watch. Thank you, Saul, by the way. You are incredible. Hats off to you, sir. I have immense amount of respect for being a true human being, a true friend, and somebody we all adore for being honest. Hats off, sir.